The trial of Nnamdi Kanu, the leader of the proscribed indigenous people of Biafra, IPOB, on charges of treasonable felony, will resume today at the Federal High Court in Abuja, 4 years after it was stalled due to his disappearance from the country. Already, lawyers have started arriving in the courtroom, which includes the lawyer for Nnamdi Ndigbo, Chief Godi Uwazurike.
We have been stopped from entering the courtroom outside, and there are hundreds of lawyers here. We are here because of Nnamdi. Nnamdi said to stand here. And what we tell of Nnamdi, that we are stopped at the gate, we are asking, and they have a fair trial under this circumstances atmosphere. I say no, with all due respect, there will be no fair trial. We are here to see and to hear. Like I said last time, justice must not only be done, but must be seen to have been done. You don't tell us somebody did this, then you don't want us to see what it is.
I'm here to tell members of the media is that I'm not going into this courtroom today alone. I am going in with this multitude of lawyers who have come to show solidarity. So I too am standing outside here in protest. They want to grab me and put me inside the courtroom alone. The lead counsel hasn't come, he's on his way. But these lawyers here, they are lawyers as well. They have come to show solidarity and support for the rule of law. But they are being prevented from going into the court premises. I think that is wrong. It's some sort of interference with the right of the accused to counsel. He needs the solidarity. His case is a very sensitive, high-profile case, and people should not be seen to be interfering with the multitude of lawyers that have come here to show solidarity with him and his frontline attorneys.
Okay, well, the trial of Nnamdi Kanu there, and you can see their counsel to Nnamdi Kanu, Aloy Jimako, and also Chief Ralph Uwazurike, and I thought I saw also there former governor of Anambra State, Chief Chukwuemeka Eze-Ife, who was on this program a few days ago. But it looks like Nnamdi Ndigbo, was able to affirm its position, as stated in a previous statement, that Chief Godi Uwazurike and others will lead a delegation. And the point has been consistent in terms of saying that, look, justice must be done. Nnamdi Ndigbo also insisted that, on this occasion, that Nnamdi Kanu should be produced in court. And it looks like, his counsel, has also made it clear that it was produced in court. So perhaps maybe some of these pressures help. Because Nnamdi Ndigbo insists that this is not just about legalism, that it's about politics, and it's about the place of Ndigbo within the Nigerian arrangement. But as we said previously on this program, fair hearing is important. Justice must be done, and justice must not only be seen, done. It must be seen to have been done. And the accused person, of course, as the maxim goes, remains innocent until proven guilty.
I mean, the fact that Nnamdi Kanu has been produced in court, I think without a lot of tension in the country. Because the other time he was supposed to be in court, he wasn't in court. And there was a lot of back and forth as regards that. In fact, I think somebody was speaking yesterday and they were, trying to enunciate the fact that hope nothing had happened to him. So he was in court. There are pictures circulating already with his counsel. There was a selfie taken with his counsel in court. That picture is out. But most importantly, like you have said, Dr. Batil, like everybody have enunciated, the fact that the rule of law must be upheld. He's been charged. The charges have been, increased. Let's see how it pans out. Let's see the process. There must be fairness. There must be fair hearing. The people must see that justice has been done. And there must not be any form of intimidation. So this is all set. We'll see how the proceedings go.
Hopefully at a brisk pace, and hopefully whatever the outcome will be, court orders will be obeyed to the letter, because that's another issue that we've seen here that will be most unfortunate if it's repeated this time.
Okay. Well, Tunun, looks like we have another story
Yes,
of
we
interest
do.
as we move on.
The Lagos State Judicial Panel of Inquiry on Restitution for Victims of SARS and Related Matters has concluded its sittings. On the other hand, the panel set up by the federal government is not making good progress. Arise correspondent Punariman Feintola reports.
Apart from pressing for the disbandment of the Special Anti-Robbery Squad SARS, the End SARS protesters had 5 key demands. Immediate release of all arrested protesters, justice for all victims of police brutality, and appropriate compensations for their families. Setting up an independent body to oversee the investigation and prosecution of all reported police misconduct. Carry out psychological evaluation of all disbanded SARS operatives before they can be redeployed. Increase of police salary and adequate compensation for protecting the lives and property of citizens. Government immediately met some of the demands, especially the disbandment of the SARS, and went on to direct the setting up of judicial panel of inquiries in the state and at the federal level. The Federal Panel of Inquiry held its sittings at the National Human Rights Commission in Abuja. It began investigations on 4th November 2020. 295 petitions were received. Many of them were with dramatic emotions.
Toby said on their way from Sedi Plaza, they passed that, there's a bridge after Sedi Plaza. Immediately, they had a loud sound. So he thought it was his tires. And then he looked at his mirrors and the tire was okay. So immediately my sister was at the back and Arafat is in front. So he said my sister tapped him slowly and was making, like, doing like this, like she was gasping for air. So he was like, what's wrong with you, you know? And then she was like, she doesn't like, so he turned and then saw her holding, because she was shot under her breast. So he saw her, you know, holding her, and then he saw, like, the car, so he had on the light in the car, and then he saw blood all over her clothes. So that's how he knew that it was a gunshot.
So then immediately after the easing of the lockdown, I asked my lawyer. The lawyer said that they have not responded yet. Then he still have to write another reminder. Whenever I call him, he will say that he is still hoping that they will respond. The other time I came in, I called him August. He said that he will still go there. And after when he went there, he told me that they asked him to be still patient, that they have a lot of petitions in their hand. So since that time to date, I have not seen Obina. Neither have I had children.
My brother died a painful death. He died a painful death in the hands of SARS. Inspector Kingsley killed him. Took him. He connived with the in-law and then chased him and then killed him. He took him to the hospital. They never discharged him from Marudiko, or what do you call it? Nobody discharged my brother. Kingsley discharged my brother and took the corpse to Abuja that he wanted to go and treat my brother. And my mother begged. I begged. My family members begged. Kingsley said no, that he wanted to go and treat him so that he will be okay.
The Nigerian police force denied some of the allegations and claimed some of the accused officers have left the service.
The respondents, those that are supposed to appear before this panel, may not know up to this date and the matter coming up today, because it is just during the weekend that we were communicating, that the panel is sitting. Our thinking is that we will come here today and then appropriate dates are given with time for us to make necessary contact with respondents.
After sitting for 5 months, the investigation in Abuja was stalled, with the last sitting in March 2021. It left Nigerians wondering why the investigations couldn't continue. Now, 6 months after, the panel has resumed sitting. The Human Rights Commission explained that the break was due to unnamed logistic reasons. Although 275 petitions were received, the Human Rights Commission says 55 cases were concluded and 75 are in progress. That leaves an outstanding 145 petitions yet to be considered. Out of the 55 concluded cases, 22 were either struck out by the panel or withdrawn by the petitioners. The Commission says it is ready to pay compensation to 33 petitioners. This panel still has a lot of work to do, and those affected hope it can help them get justice. Punarman Feintola, Arise News.
Well, thank you very much, Feintola there. And that's all on today's edition of The Morning Show.